Let me now turn to invite His Excellency Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, President of the Republic of South Africa and this year's President of the G20. Mr. President, what priorities are you anticipating as South Africa to advance through the G20 process, to mobilize resources and deliver on the commitments that have been made to finance sustainable development? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellencies and honored delegates and leaders who are present here. It's an honor to address this biennial summit, and in fact it is quite a historic moment, this. I think many of us will agree that we gather at a time when the Agenda 2030 is in peril. We gather at a moment when we need to address a number of challenges, and it is estimated that we need, from a financing point of view, to finance development, to close a financing gap of some $4 trillion annually if we are to meet the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, a succession of crises have exposed the fragility of our interconnected economies and also revealed deep inequities in our capacity and our ability to respond to these. While some nations are able to mobilize trillions to shield their citizens, but also to mobilize trillions to wage war and also to address pandemics, others are left constrained by debt and denied the access to global capital. We should use this summit, I believe, to push for the full implementation of the commitments made across various forums, from the Financing for Development process to the G20 and to the climate change COP meetings. We must strengthen coordination between the UN and the African Union, the G20, as well as international financial institutions and other global financial actors, and to do so by embedding inclusivity at the heart of the global economic governance. To close the SDG financing gap, we need to undertake what I believe are the following bold measures. Firstly, we need debt relief and restructuring that is faster, but that is also fairer and more comprehensive. And secondly, we need to mobilize affordable, accessible financing from a wide range of sources, from development funding institutions, from private capital entities, and so on. Thirdly, we need to rechannel unused special drawing rights to countries that need them. Fourthly, we must scale up concessional finance through the development banks. Lastly, we must reform global tax rules to curb illicit financial flows that continue to proliferate in various countries. Beyond financial instruments, we need confidence that commitments that are made will be honored and that global rules will be shaped by all members and not just a few. It is often quite disheartening when we hear commitments being made and announced at big conferences, and when it finally gets to the practicality of it, particularly for countries that are in need, we find shortcomings and we find reversals. Let us forge a new compact for financing sustainable development that is rooted in solidarity, in equity and mutual accountability. South Africa stands ready to ensure that this summit does become a turning point in our collective effort to build a sustainable, inclusive and resilient global economy. And we're looking forward that the G20 participants, when they come to South Africa in November, that the issues of financing for development and the support that needs to be given for countries that are in need of lightening their debt burdens will be addressed proactively, practically, and that the commitments that we make are commitments that we will stand by and execute. If we can do that, the challenges that many countries are facing now will be ameliorated, and we will be able to reposition the global economy in a much better way. If we do that as well, we'll be able to say, yes, we are living to the adage of leaving no one behind and leaving no country behind. Thank you.
Thank you, President Ramaphosa. I want to just signal one point that you raised, which is that commitments made at conferences need to be accompanied by the associated action during implementation. And I thank you for raising the issue that commitments are sometimes not followed through when you actually get down to the practical implementation of the consequences of those commitments.